Okay. Yeah.
So,
I was born in Compton. Mom and dad divorced when I was 10 and moved me down to Newport, and I've been in Orange County ever since.
so if Newport came out of a divorce, that's not bad, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Usually it's the other way around. You go from Newport to Compton. You
Right.
go,
Yeah.
hey, that
Yeah.
wasn't such
Yeah.
a good strategy, right?
That one worked out. It worked out for me without me knowing it.
And what business are you in?
I run a Legal Shield business. So Legal Shield, ID
Oh,
Shield.
okay.
Yeah.
Terrific. Sure. No, I go
And so
back to the
what you
Harlan
doing?
days.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is right up our alley as far as making our group signups a lot more efficient and
Okay.
effective for people, giving them a chance to do things in a fashion that they're not having to go find a website and log into it. You can give it to them and they can do their work right there with you.
Absolutely. Is
Yeah.
anyone else brand new today? So I'll make sure I do that. Hey, Levon, by the way. Hi, Donna. Good to see you guys.
Oh, glad to be here.
Okay. So what I'll do today, since we have some new people on, let me give you a quick overview of the perspective and then dig into questions or onboarding to do that. So what I always like to say to people, if you've never experienced us before, and this, is really more of a training than an overall presentation, but we try to make that accommodation. Um, is I always say to people to start off, and I'm sorry because now some people are going, those jokes aren't so funny after you hear them for the ninth time, right? Uh, but pretend I'm the best State Farm insurance salesman in the world. And I could also be a nutritional salesman. I could be a real estate person. I could be an e-commerce person. Usually every Zoom ends the same way. It's let me put a text in the chat and hopefully follow up with you later. And about 80% of the people, even who had great intentions in the moment, that's human nature, just don't get around to following up. And so what we want to change is this screen right now is interactive. And whether it be one person or 600 people, every single person can put in their zip code. And important to note, in complete privacy. The only person that can see the information that you're putting in is yourself. Um, and why there's other companies out there that are saying, well, hey, we're interactive, we're Zoom with a buy button. What makes our experience unusual is that at any time, the host can be in control. Because the last thing you want is 600 people getting ahead of you in the presentation once they understand the screen is interactive. It's like, I'm here, remember me? You know? And so the idea is I could take show you the retirement options, uh, show you anything I want on the website, other products, other services, make it incredibly easy for you, take you back to where I want you to be, when I want you to be there, and make it interactive. So what I like to say to people is you're in control, or I'm in control, or let's just talk. And that's that seamless experience that really is very unique and that no one else has come close to mastering that, even though there's been a lot of attempts at people trying to be a buying experience or a transactional experience. The second thing that we do, which is unique, and I'll tell you with each feature I do, we become less comparable to anyone else that you may think has a similar experience. The second thing is we are recorded and interactive. So for all those people that can't be there, you literally can turn the pages of the website, take them where you want to go, even though they weren't there the first time. And I think the biggest mistake that people make is they think it should be like an evergreen webinar, where I think it's much more effective as a follow up. Because what I've learned in webinars is if someone didn't make the decision in the first 45 minutes, they're not going to give you another 40 minutes to watch you again, but they will watch you in a 3 to 5 minute summary where you're turning the pages, not telling them where to go on the website, but you actually showing them where to go on the website and letting that take the call to action. Because, and again, Legal Shield's a great example. Maybe you convince them in the next 5 minutes to sign up, or maybe you just convince them to have another appointment with you. So you're going to show Legal Shield and you're going to show Book a Calendly perspective. And I'll give you an example of that. See if I could do this. This is an example for those of you that's in it, 47 seconds. It explains the technology, shows my website, allows them to go anywhere they want in the website, but also book a calendar.
Interested in turning every webinar, text, email, or live stream into an interactive moment? Then listen to this. Every day, 550 million people watch a live webinar. 185 billion texts are sent. 100 billion emails are read, and 1.5 billion people watch a live stream weekly. With Pitch's platform, we make every one of those points of contact an interactive experience. Guests can shop, enroll, sign contracts, book appointments, or hear you in any language. We don't want to change what you do, but we do want to change your results. Learn more? Watch a detailed demo or book a live session to understand why Pitch, why now, and what it can do for you.
That's still one of my best 47 seconds, right? In that perspective, because it's perfect every time and allows me to be in two places at once. So the fact that I made that with literally a still photograph out of my phone, recorded my voice for 15 seconds, wrote a script. As I say, it's not about what I can do, it's what everyone can do. And John, not trying to make this all about you today, but if you don't mind, I'm going to keep using you, right? It's because you can use an avatar, because you can use a recording, it now becomes an interactive texting platform. It now becomes an interactive email platform. It becomes an interactive social media platform because every single what I call touch point, whether it be webinar, recorded webinar, text, email, or social media, we can make that experience better without changing your technology stack. We don't want to be your next Twilio. We don't want to be your next Salesforce. The point is you get to use your technology with all of your compliance issues and all of those perspectives in the way that you did before. And so in some ways we can create content, but the content we create is the best version of you and your website. We're not doing the girl running on the beach, inspiring you to, to buy that nutritional product, right? Yeah, because I just think I've seen enough of the social media content creators, right? But we just know that anyone within the first 10 minutes can talk about their own company, their own product, because that's what we want you to talk about. We want you to talk about Nu Skin and Herbalife and Amway and Amazon and eBay, because when we build your business, we're building ours by creating that simplicity. So that's the overall perspective that I want to make sure you're up to speed now. So if somebody asks questions, you're going to go, okay, at least I know what they're talking about from that point of view, right? So, before I kind of show anyone the backside of it to show you how easy it is to do, is there anyone that people want me to zero in on today? Is there any issue? Like Charles, do you have something you particularly want me to go over today? Or Levon, how are you this morning? Lori, any of you guys, or Gail, is there anything you want me to zero in on today? Or Santa, how are you? I'm happy
I'm
to
doing well.
do that. Good.
Hello. No, I just wanted
And you
to.
got
I did have a question for you.
you did get the text I sent you on Travis, right? You got that one, right?
That was the first one I sent at 12:07.
Okay, great.
I've
Great. I
contacted
love
half
that.
the NFL so far.
Okay.
What do you think of what do you think of my videos I've been doing? That's my question.
I think you are a testimonial to turning us into an idea into a reality. Because again, I could show everyone, right, the cool ones that I make, but the truth is, it's the cool ones that you make that actually show up, and you've done a brilliant job. I'm saying he may be Santa Claus, but he's actually pretty much of a marketing savvy person with incredible contacts, and has been using our platform, as you say, the way that I envisioned it, in terms of reaching out to people, because he's Santa Claus and has all of these relationships with people at that
No, I have
level.
no relationships. All I do,
You know? But
I
I'd
went
say,
to the.
I'm just saying, when somebody
Yesterday, I
gets,
went to the NCAA and my IA listed all the football teams. So then I went to every one of the websites, found, and in education, you can find emails to all the coaches, the presidents, and everybody in the college. So I just cut and paste and emailed everybody. Yes, in 2 days. It took me 2 days to get the Division I handled.
yeah, and let me say this, if you don't mind, Santa. So what's brilliant about this, right, is that if you have a primary business, right, you know what you're going to be focusing on. If you don't have a primary business, we can be your primary business. It's not a requirement, right? It's just an option in that perspective. What's also nice is whether you're selling something transactional, like consumer-based products, and you're in Shopify and Amazon, or whether you're selling insurance and real estate, there's a use case. I would say whether you're 25 or 55, social media or webinar, we can make those experiences and products and services, more effective. It was funny when I was on a demo today, and the guy was in a bad spot and in his car, and he's somebody like who invented things for NASA. You know, the typical guy I get to do the demo for here, right? And I said to me, you know, if this isn't good, you know, we could do this tomorrow. No. He goes, it has to happen now. And I said, well, you and our technology platform have the same philosophy, so you're going to really like this. You know, and I think that's what we believe. Everything happens to happen now. I'm sorry, Levon, you have a question. Jump in, my friend.
Yes, I need to get information about some simplicity stuff by getting started. Like I like to do webinars, you know, well, not that, like a business meeting for the church and the people at different locations. But I was trying to, you know, get the ID number for sent to them, but somehow or another I can't keep that number in line. And time to have the meeting, I'm messing up somewhere. And I just wanted to see, can I arrange some time for someone who can kind of coach me through some of these problems that I'm having here?
Sure.
Great
Well, two
problem.
things. Yeah, no, two things. I'll send you my calendar and we can have a session. You can a day at a time, and I'm happy to take you through it. But just so you know, if let's say, for instance, you did want to set up a meeting at a specific day and time, right?
Right.
This is our portal. The same way you would log into Zoom or Google Meet, you'd start there, right?
Yeah.
And you hit schedule, and then
Okay.
you title it, right? And just so you know, we'll do it personally together, but I want you to see it here. So Levon,
Yes.
you
I'm
title
looking.
it, you write your description, you literally pick your day and your time on the calendar. I mean, it's that easy, right? Whatever
Okay.
time you may want it to be. And when you pick the duration, you're not limited to that. It's to go in the invite so your guests know how long they expect you to talk. But if it says 30 minutes, but you end up going an hour and a half, it'll go an hour and a half. So it's just for invitation only. If you wanted to have the meeting happen every single week and not schedule it again and again, you hit recurring just like you do in Zoom.
Okay.
I always use my own personal link so my link kind of gets out there the same, even though this link will only specifically be good for this meeting. For some
Oh,
people, security purposes, they want a waiting room, you know, where you hear the person knocking on the door, or maybe
Okay.
they want to broadcast to Facebook Live, you would do that. And then literally all you do is start a meeting, Levon, hit standard meeting. Don't even worry about the others for right now.
Okay.
I'm saying, and then you would just hit continue and your link is done. I've just created a link.
All right.
And then all I do is I copy it, whether it's an invite or copy the link, and I email it or text it to the person. So I mean, it really is pretty simple to do a standard meeting. And like I said, happy to take through you personally, but the good news is, as you see, it's not that complicated.
Okay. If I can get it down
All
packed
right.
like that, I'm looking forward to that. You did a good job, and I'm gonna get speed away.
I
And
promise you in front of everyone that you will come on and do a testimonial and you will say, I got it down pat. He
that's what I'm
promised and
looking
he
for.
delivered.
All right. Thank you.
Alrighty. Okay, go ahead, John, and then Suzanne.
Yeah, just a quick question on the meetings. When you invite people, do they have to download the software in order to get into the
No.
meeting? Because they do
You-
with
you-
with,
I al-
with
I
Zoom.
always
We have
say it this way. Here's the good news, right, John? You didn't, right?
no. You're
You
right.
just clicked on a link.
Yep.
So what I always say, the best answer is when you've experienced it, right? And
Yep.
so whether you're the host or whether you're the guest, it's the same scenario. No download. Now, we made that choice. I always say is like Google Meets made that choice to be browser based, right? Zoom made the choice to be an app. In all honesty, there are strengths and weaknesses to both decisions. You know, so one is you and I both know everyone hates downloading an app, so that's the number one advantage, right? But sometimes Zoom is more reliable and consistent because when you download an app, it knows your microphone, it knows your phone, it's working from the inside out versus the outside in. Sometimes we're competing with 10 browsers open and the microphone is going like, where do I go, right? So there's always a trade-off. So in the future, we will have an app version, but as opposed to Zoom that pushes people to do it, it's for those people that have very complicated audio setups and no one wants to spend 10 minutes on, you know, guiding someone through to listen to the microphone. But as you
Very
see,
good.
like no
Thank you.
one today had an issue. So it's really a minor issue, but if it's you and it's an important guest to you, it's a major issue. So that's why we're gonna try to handle
Thank
that
you.
for you. Okay. All right. Suzanne, how are you?
I'm doing good. I did a podcast the other day with the gentleman, And after about 45 minutes, it said the time is done and it cut us off.
That must have been a one-off scenario because we don't
Well,
have that
when you,
timer
when
on.
you say, I don't think I set it up for 3 hours or whatever.
Doesn't
I
matter.
must have left it just at the
Unaffected.
30 minutes and it cut off.
Nah.
So,
It won't do it. It won't do it. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
I'm saying we'll check, but sometimes there's just an aberration. But yeah, that doesn't dictate that to you. Okay.
the other thing is I'm doing these animated pictures and the sound keeps going and going and going and going. It doesn't stop at the end. Why is that?
Maybe
said
the way
to-
you're cutting and maybe the way you're cutting and pasting the script in. I'm saying because maybe the script thinks that it's still going on. So for instance, if I write a half a page, maybe it's looking at the other half of the page and it could be going on. I don't know. I'll do a session with you. I mean, again, it's really hard for me to on these calls to troubleshoot a particular
Understand.
customer service
I can
issue.
help you. I
you
can
know?
help you with that.
You know,
I can help
go
you
ahead,
with that.
Sam.
When you do your cut and paste into the script, there cannot be any breaks. And that's where I found there might be a line break or, when I do it, might have something else, but it has to be pretty clean. And I usually put it on my Word and have Word correct everything.
Yeah, and so
And then I cut and paste it in.
And then
Yeah,
it
and let me-
stops after the first time it goes through?
Yeah, it has for
Well,
me. I made, as Steve
hopefully.
can tell you, I made 20 or 30 of these so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe
Correct.
I don't know if
That's-
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and let me say this. Sometimes, there's system errors for sure, right? I mean, Zoom has bad meetings now and then, right? And sometimes it's the same thing with us, and sometimes it's human error. And so that's what I meant. There's some things that are really weird aberrations that sometimes it would take a while for us to figure out. But the overall general work, like if it's working for 95% of the people, that means it could be a browser you're using. It could be the way you cut and pasted the script. And so it's a little bit of a trial and error. But for those of you that have never seen the AI Avatar Studio before, it's right under here, under AI Tool. Okay. So if I click on the AI Avatar Studio, this is where I would go to create it. And after they're created, this is where the library is. But even after you here, your most recent ones will appear right here. So you don't have to go to the library to take a look at it. But to create one, just so we're on the same page of what we're talking about, right, is you would upload your a photo here. And you could do that. And it'll literally upload it from your computer, whatever that may be. This is where you cut and paste your script here. And that's what Sam is saying about it being clean and not. If you want to clone your voice, right? There's a clone voice right here. And you literally, if you can speak for 30 seconds, you can clone your voice. Right? I mean, 10 to 30 seconds, or you could upload a file if you have an MP3. This is tricky. It can't be a YouTube video. It has to be an MP3 in order to clone your voice. Same thing if you're using a character. And one of those things that we have here, like if you're using a YouTube video, this is a really good website. It's called EasyRiff, that literally you can cut and paste any YouTube video and then decide at what seconds you want to copy it for 30 seconds or 45
I
seconds.
got a better idea, Steve.
Of a voice. Okay. Okay.
I
But
got-
before you give the better idea, let me finish this one.
Okay.
Okay. Never happy to hear it, right? So in this case, like on those Tuesday night celebrity videos that I use, right? Let's say Martin Luther King's speech, he's got a 45-minute speech. I don't put that in here. I copy the YouTube paste here. There's a little trim audio, and that allows me to select 30 seconds of it. It downloads in 2 seconds into an MP3 file, and then I could use that voice. Again, this is a very good solution for people who are just not very technically challenged, which is like me in that thing. Okay, so very, very good site. Okay, Santa, offer your suggestion, please. Make it easier for people.
Okay, I go to my cell phone and I hit the whatever it is and say get Kelsey Travis voice. So then I got Kelsey that voice. I turned the avatar on and recorded his voice from my phone.
Yeah, and I've done that in the past too. The only time sometimes, right, the background noise makes the quality of the recording not as consistent of getting the video, but it all
You
depends
got
on
to
the
find the right,
environment you're in.
you have
Right.
to find the
So
right
I'm
recording.
saying for me, like my crowd knows I live in coffee shops and hotel lobbies, so that doesn't really work for me. But I'm saying for somebody home in a quiet place, this is the brilliant part about the technology, right? Everyone has their own tips and ideas and how to use it, but because the reward is good, in that perspective. So, John, I'll play you just 30 seconds of this in case you haven't seen it to show you the capabilities of not so much just what we can create, but what you can create with the platform. If I can, so I'll just play you 30 seconds of, again, I found a, a Google photo of Martin Luther King. I went to YouTube, got a clip, and then I created a PowerPoint presentation. And this is what I got for the first 30 seconds of it.
We have a dream. I didn't give people the dream of freedom. I merely gave them a voice for the pathway to achieve it. I see a dream here at Pitch. Pitch rings loud and true for many of you for different reasons. For some, it's financial freedom. For others, it's the freedom to be on the leading edge of transformation for virtually every business in any language from any mountaintop or corner of the world. And I can see that many of you have locked arms and have started going down this journey.
So again, just to give you an idea, I still think every time I see that, that's the best example, of our technology.
Show the Travis Kelce one. I always get a kick when I saw that one.
Well, I will. Let me make sure I answer anybody else's questions or thoughts first, right? Appreciate you, Santa. Okay.
I have a question.
There she is.
Here I am. In the studio, when we're making our avatars, there's a section that says preview. It's not a section under the voice. If you can go back to the screen, it says preview or something. So
Give me a second.
Okay.
There it is.
I think it's preview the script or something. Yeah, that blue area. If you would stop there.
Play script.
So when I hit script, my apologies. So when I hit that, it played the script, but then the script disappeared. So I had to put it in. Well, I hit the button a couple of times and used some of my credits, but I had to put it in there back in the script box like 2 or 3 times. Was that something on my side? I mean, so the question is, if you hit preview or play script, should the physical script remain in the square up at the top where you first paste it? Because mine's disappeared.
Yes, it should. And it may not be. I'm saying because I've just never done it. But I'll check on that. And thank you for bringing that to our attention. We'll make sure it does that in the future.
Oh, okay.
It's probably not unique to you. I would think it probably is the system itself,
Maybe you haven't selected the voice.
We'll check. I just love the degree of the question, right? That means you're in there, you're doing it, right? So we're good. I'll try it on again, what was it? Cheryl the other day, had told me that when she puts on a video background, it doesn't save till the next meeting. These are the kind of things that are incredibly helpful to us because, it's just too much stuff, too many people, too many things for us to be aware of as we're rolling things out. So thank you for bringing that to our attention. Okay.
Can I ask another question, Steve?
Sure. Only if Charles says it's okay.
Who's Charles? Oh, hi, Charles. Say it's okay.
Help yourself. Of course it's okay.
So I was on a call and I won't say it was ZOOM, but this person had their screen up and they were, I guess, casting their iPhone to the screen because they wanted to show us something on their iPhone, like an app on the iPhone. do we have that capability? I'm not gonna use it, but I was just curious, or I'm not gonna use it yet.
You can share, like on your computer, for instance, Apple has a special screen sharing perspective, which absolutely works. So if you have an app on your computer, you can actually share that like a URL, because that's unique to Apple. I'm not an Android guy, so I'm not sure in that perspective. But iPhones in general don't allow screen sharing for traditional webinar platforms. That's not unique to us. That's unique to iPhone, has an ability to do that. But because we have the ability to share a website, which other apps don't have, we're going to add that so people can do that on iPhones. The share website will allow them to share their things. I don't know if you can share a website, share an app. I don't know, like how deep do we go? And that we'll figure that out. But we will be able to solve the solution for people who are hosting an item, hosting from their iPhone, who currently now with traditional Zooms and things have difficulty trying to share a screen. We'll be able to share a website and share a screen that way. So I can't answer it with certainty, but I know the general area of what we're trying to do. Okay. Anyone else have another question today, or something they want me to show or dig into today? Huh? Laura, you're good today?
I've got several questions for our
One
one-on-one.
of the things that I'm still battling, and I appreciate you, I always jump in because I'm still cutting out and it's hard for me to personally use it. So I'm still in that limbo.
Yeah, she's got this. She has a brand new computer, but every 5 minutes it disconnects. I don't know what one of those things is like. I don't know. I'm saying this transparent. We're kind of clueless on how to be supportive of her, even though we love it, So, but yeah, Charles, anything you can want to bring up now that you think anyone else would be interested in, or we could just save it for our one-on-one at
Yeah,
5.
it's be more of a general question, because I know some of us who've been using the other platform, a lot of Calendly invites and people who come in, note takers. Is there anything on the horizon for note takers, or do we not want that? Or
No, it's a couple of things. So really like immediate future, we'll be releasing our AI summary note takers. We have our own. We actually developed quite a while ago, but until we had implemented the new recording platform, which we have now on that we're happy with and stable, since the recording platform was I thought not up to par, we didn't release the notes, because the notes is depending on the recording platform. So we're at the last stages now. So AI note taker will happen. Also, now we're very close to introducing our CRM. And at the same time, we introduce our own CRM and our own Calendly that will go with our CRM. But I'm very consistent in that no one needs to use our technology stack, right? So at the same time we introduce our own Calendly and CRM, people will be able to push it into Calendly or HubSpot or Salesforce. But we're trying to do that as a single launch, as opposed to the piecemeal. But yeah, that's I feel very clear and confident the way we've developed it, the way we designed it. The UX is simple. But so literally, if someone comes into the company, and if your teaching or training, is upload 500 names, upload 5,000 names into the CRM, you could use that in your, in your own infrastructure, but they're here, right? You could use it to try to get Calendly meetings, and the other thing it allows us to do, which is why we needed to have it more than anything else, is when you're sending out those videos, it'll tell you who opened it, who played it, so that's critical. And so we needed, I felt, to control that ourselves as a starting place, as opposed to just starting it by pushing it out to other people. So that's all short-term releases.
that's going to be very, very helpful. I assume then also when people sign into a meeting that we can also capture that and drip on them. Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely. See, that's what I meant. Without the CRM, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
So it's so hard for us to do that. And so I always said to everybody, and that was the last development piece, because I wanted to really see how our features showed up in the real world, how people will use them, and then work backwards from building our CRM to support our features that we're introducing, right? As opposed to just a generic, I don't want us to sell a CRM to people, you know what I mean? And then we'll also have it where if you want to send out your, you know, your SMSs and emails to our platform, I'm saying there'll be a fee that, you know, like a Twilio thing. But if you have your own account, use your own account. You know, I'm saying we're not,
Right.
that was the perspective. I just find that 85% of the people rather have something all in one simple place, all convenient, all reporting, with, especially when you don't make it an obligation,
Yeah.
you know, to use our stack.
Sounds familiar. I like it.
Okay. Anyone else have any other questions or thoughts
have one
today, or
question.
want me to show something? Okay. Go ahead, fire away, sir.
You said at one point that we could download our own backgrounds. I've been to the site. I can't figure out where to load the backgrounds on.
Okay, so let me show you that real quick. Hold on a second here. Oh, that's, let me show you where to do that. I'd have to go here, okay? So once you start a meeting, we don't
I'm
have
not
an
talking about a
index
meeting. I'm
with-
talking about today. If I could download my background.
I know. That's what
Okay.
I'm going to show you. I'm saying you can't do it without having been in a meeting, right? Yes,
Okay.
we're going to have it where you can do it outside. So right now, if you notice, let me hit hide here. I can see my own screen. So you notice here where it says settings.
Yes.
Okay, so when you go to settings, go to video effects, and these are where your backgrounds are, and this is where you can upload it.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
See that?
Let's see.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
let's
when
see
I
if
have
I can do
when I
one.
have an answer. Okay, there you go. I mean, we want to have it. You didn't have to start a meeting in order to upload a background, but let's take the wins while we have them, right? So,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm still trying to figure
Yeah.
out. Okay, I'm in here. Room settings.
All right. Well,
Unlock.
Santa, we'll let you work on that while we're working with everybody else. Okay.
Of course.
So, okay. So, anyone else have anything else today? Okay. All right. Well, this week I just want you to know we're going to try to release more corporate videos and scripts. That, again, not that you should use ours necessarily, but hopefully inspire you. I'm saying to create your own or use ours in those kind of perspectives. Hey, Chris, how are you? Okay. Otherwise, somebody background is loud. Sorry, let me hit mute all on that one. Okay. Yeah, I think tomorrow I'll make sure I train all of you on mute all. So you know as the host, you're never going to have a meeting ruined by one person who may not just be aware, right, that their background noise is loud, or a lot of times people on speakerphone on computers on desktops, that you get a double reverberation in that perspective. And so again, not that anyone has intentions to ruin your meeting. It's just their equipment. Okay. But John, good first impression for you today, hopefully. And saw how that it would really is a great fit for legal field. John, the other thing I'll say, I didn't know if people are aware of it. If you are in a direct selling company or an affiliate network marketing company, the most powerful tool that we have that we don't talk about as much as we should is what we call our smart links. So let's say, for instance, you're doing a meeting, Tuesday night at 8:00, and you have 5 people in your downline that love to work with you, and they would go, John, you're our best presenter. You could give them an invite link without them paying into our system. It'll attach to their replicated website. You make the presentation, they get credit for the sale. All I know is they love us and they love you when that happens, right? So,
Yep, absolutely.
And our best testimonial happened a couple of weeks ago where some guy did that for the first time, and with his affiliates, he did $78,000 in sales in his company.
Nice.
And I'm never going to let that testimonial die.
That's right. You bet. Yeah. With open enrollment coming up with several of my clients, et cetera, I'm going to be using this to essentially teach myself the best ways to take advantage of all the functional features.
Great. And again, feel free to book some time with the one-on-one training. I don't want you to experiment on your people. I don't want you to have that lack of, where's that button? I know where it is on Zoom or Google Meet. I don't know where it is here, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't, subtle things. And you know, because I went through it myself. You know, I'm saying it took me a long time to be comfortable enough. Sometimes I was afraid to hit a button because I didn't know what the
Practice makes
experience was
perfect.
going to be.
Yep. Yeah,
Exactly.
practice,
All right.
practice. Yeah.
Okay. And just remember, tomorrow afternoon we'll have another training. So feel free to practice, because you can tell people who come, who have questions, who are doing it. And then also Tuesday night, like John, if there's anyone you want to see, we give a big overview tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern, which is geared only to people who have never seen anything before, as opposed to this hybrid kind of presentation today. So it's a much more straightforward, which you'd expect, business opportunity presentation.
Okay,
Okay.
Steve, before you drop a quick question, this is Gail again. So on the background, you showed, I think Santa Claus, the information about the background, but there's another area that talks about the background, and it's in meetings, and then the drop down says meeting settings, and then it says a background. What's the difference in that background where it says change your background and what you showed us a few minutes ago? Hello?
The original one works on version 1 in the dashboard, but not.
Works in version 1, but not in version 2. You broke up a little bit.
You're referring
Can you
to?
guys hear me? We can't hear you. You're breaking up a little bit. John shaking his head like, no, we can't hear you. John saying no. Mm-mm.
It's like your volume went way down.
Breaking up in between and then a few times, but now you're out. Teeny bit came in. Progress report.
Okay, we can hold until tomorrow. It's not urgent.
I think your meeting ran out of time, Steve, so your voice is shut off.
Well, Rose. I'll say one thing. I always freeze on Zoom.
Mhm.
That's one thing on this platform I've not had happen. I've never froze. It's kind of interesting. Better platform.
And there probably not so many people on it yet.
Could be part of that.
Bandwidth.
See if he comes back. I think he has some internet issues.
Yeah, it could be.
Well, then I think I'm going to hit the road. Good stuff.
It's nice meeting you all.
Nice meeting you.